Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here. In today's video, I'm going to talk about 3 profitable Amazon KDP keywords that are low competition, they're high demand, but there's just one specific thing that I'd like to talk about before we get started. These keywords have a slightly higher bestseller rank, and that does not mean that they're not profitable. It just means that there is a less number of books that are selling under this keyword, but you should not completely ignore that. You should be able to pursue these keywords and have them create books for each of the keywords and have it under your portfolio, have it in there under your KDP account that you've already created, and that way these books will bring in sales, but not as much sales as books with a lower bestseller rank. So usually in this channel I aim for revealing profitable Amazon KDP books, KDP keywords that are having a bestseller rank, usually between 300,000 to 400,000, and I really kind of stress the fact that you need to create books for this keyword, create a 3-part series for these keywords. But in this video specifically, I'm going to dive into these keywords that you should not ignore, that have a slightly higher bestseller rank, and we're going to talk about ways that you can sub-niche and you can take advantage of this wonderful opportunity and create books for these keywords with a higher bestseller rank that will get you consistent sales and possibly loyal repeated customers. Now let's dive into these keywords. Out of the top 3, we have the keyword how to play a keyboard, a complete guide for absolute beginners. Now this wonderful keyword right here, the total results are under 1,000, so the competition is super low, under 1,000. The total results is sitting at 35, which is the lowest that I've seen in a long time. And also the keyword niche score for this keyword is number 9 by Amazon Scout Pro Chrome extension. Now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to ignore the number 1 given by Titans, because number 9 goes beautifully with this one as well. Also number 9 categorizing this is a great niche. Coming to the bestseller rank, we have the bestseller rank averaging 565,053, which I usually aim for 300 to 400,000, anything below 500,000, but 500,665 and 53 is an amazing bestseller rank average. Basically what you'll be able to create, you'll be creating a complete guide for absolute beginners on how to play a keyboard. So everything that a beginner needs to know about the essentials of playing a keyboard, maybe some rules as well that are set out, and you can create a 3-part series utilizing this amazing keyword. Now don't be discouraged at the bestseller rank being high, because you could easily create books for this keyword and you can have them in your portfolio, advertise for them using 3 methods, such as using social media, such as using Pinterest as well, and also utilizing this keyword to create both a complete guide, which is exactly what's required, also creating a logbook to track the progress of the absolute beginner who's learning how to play a keyboard. They need that tracking, they need that monitoring, they need to have a book that keeps them accountable and keeps them consistent and encourages them. Maybe incorporating a habit tracker into that logbook would be ideal for them to track down their progress and be able to kind of keep them accountable on how many hours per week they dedicate to playing a keyboard that way. Also, the average reviews are 1,952, which is amazing compared to the total results. Also, the average price is $13.05. Let's head over to the second keyword for the day, and the second keyword for the day is growing mushrooms for beginners. Growing mushrooms for beginners has amazing potential. Now, ignoring the fact that the bestseller rank is currently at 690,486, which is a little bit high, but you can create a book or 2 under this keyword and then just leave it for the algorithm to kind of catch up. Use Pinterest to dedicate a couple of pins every week, every 2 weeks for this book, because they consist for about 2 to 3 months, and you will notice sales. And that is coming from my own personal experience. I'm not just throwing data and throwing information at you. It's coming purely from my own personal experience as well as what I have noticed. So we have the niche score of 58 by self-publishing Titans Chrome extension, which I'm personally happy with, and we also have a strong best keyword niche score by Amazon Scout Pro, which categorizes this as a great niche, and they've given this a number 9, which is amazing. It is the highest on the scale of keyword niche score. Also, coming to the total results under 1,000, they're sitting at 538. The average bestseller rank is sitting at 690,486. The average reviews are 1,201, and the average price is a massive $16.25. You can create a book specifically for children. You can create a book specifically for adults. And just as a note here, I do apologize if there's any sort of background noise with the kids that have recently came back from school, and here in Finland they come quite early, so this is the only time I can get out a video to record for you as promised with the daily KDP keywords. So we've got the average price of $16.25, which is amazing. Now, I'm personally happy with this keyword. I highly recommend for you to create a book for both children and another book for adults, and to maximize the 3-step strategy, the 3-series strategy that I talked about, which is the high content book, which is for beginners, the medium content book, which is a workbook / activity book, and also the logbook, where you will use the exact keyword as phrased and add in that extra keyword, which is a workbook, activity book, logbook, and that other extra 2 words, which is for adults or for children. That way you would create a really good long tail keyword. Now, the third and the final keyword for today's video is beginner's guide to friendship bracelets, and this has also great potential as well. Let's break this down for you. First of all, we've got a keyword niche score of 50 by self-publishing Titans Chrome extension, which is also good. We've got another keyword niche score confirming the keyword strength, which is number 9 by Amazon Scout Pro, and you can see that right at the bottom corner right here, a green light ready to go. Total results are 126, which are below 1,000, and we've also got the average bestseller rank of 668,517. We've got the average reviews of 350, the average price of $10.72, and the exact same steps apply. Then again, you would create one for kids, you would create another one for adults, and it is your choice whether you decide to dive in deeper and create a 3-part series for each of the keywords in today's video. And just as a quick summary, I'm just going to keep this short and simple. Our first keyword as a summary was how to play keyboard, a complete guide for absolute beginners with the total results of 35 and a keyword niche score of number 9. Coming next is growing mushrooms for beginners with a keyword niche score of 9 and 58 and total results of 538. And lastly and finally, we have beginner's guide to friendship bracelets with the total results of 126 and a niche score of 50 and number 9. I wish you all the best. Take care, and let me know what kind of content you're interested in so I can focus on it next. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 2 profitable Amazon KDP keywords that are low competition, they're high demand, and they're extremely useful keywords to use for your title, subtitle, or 7 keyword slots. If you currently have any of the similar books that are currently published on your KDP portfolio, you can go ahead and add these keywords to the 7 keyword slots as long as they are relevant. Now, before we get started, I'd like to remind you that there is a 30-day free trial for both Canva and Creative Fabrica, which is my go-to when it comes to KDP interiors and also covers and keyword ideas as well. So let's get started with our first keyword for the day. And our first keyword for today is edible mushroom identification book. This niche is absolutely amazing. It fits all the profitability metrics that we're going to talk about. And now we are using a total of 4 free Chrome extensions to analyze the profitability of each of our keywords. If you'd like more details, you can find the Chrome extension video that I did where I dived in deep into my keyword research process, linked in the description box below. So our keyword edible mushroom identification book is a great keyword to use for high content books, also for activity books, workbooks as well, which can be expanded to part 2. For example, you create a really good high content book that goes on to talk about the top edible mushrooms and how to identify them. Then you would have a workbook, which is a part 2 series or an activity book that allows the customer to apply the knowledge learned in the high content book, and it will consist of different activities, different images, for example, where the customer can identify and can apply the knowledge learned. So let's break down the results here. First of all, we've got self-publishing titles Chrome extension that gives us this beautiful top bar right here, and the total results are below 2000, which is really good, and they're sitting at 1768. We've got the average bestseller rank below 400,000, and it is currently averaging 102,984. Average reviews are 1,683, and a beautiful average high price of $16.05. Coming to the keyword niche score, we're going to stick with Amazon Scout Pro Chrome extension, which can be found right at the bottom, and it gives us a keyword niche score of number 8, categorizing this beautiful keyword as a nice niche. And number 9 is the highest, so we're pretty happy with number 8, and it beautifully complements the data that we have here given by Titans. Scrolling down, we want to aim to find 2 to 3 books with a bestseller rank under 100,000, and these books should not be sponsored. So as usual, we're going to avoid the sponsored books, and coming down, we've got 6,540 as our first book, and it is selling beautifully. Next up, we've got 28,420 is the bestseller for this one. We've got 4,000, our third book, 4,345 for this beautiful book right here. Now, we've also got another extension called KDP It's a free extension that basically dives in deep to each of the main books with a really good bestseller rank. This one, for example, is selling around 750 copies on a monthly basis. Next up, we've got 4,170 for this one. Now notice it's basically titled Edible Wild Plants. There's nothing about mushroom, not in the title, not in the subtitle, but it does talk about mushrooms in its own specific chapter, since it is one of the edibles, but they've chosen to list this keyword edible mushroom identification book as part of the 7 keyword slots. That's why it's showing right over here, and this is a beautiful example. This book right here has a bestseller rank of 4,170. It is selling on an approximate 750 copies per month, generating around 1,050 on a monthly basis, which is beautiful. And this one is 20,096 as the bestseller. It's selling around 300 copies per month, and it is titled Mushrooming Without Fear. Also notice the categories that it's ranking in as well, because they could give you a great idea on what kind of categories that you can choose when you are publishing your book in the process of publishing it. So that was the first keyword, edible mushroom identification book. Let's head to our second keyword for the day, which is growing mushrooms. Growing mushrooms, beautiful keyword, short tail keyword. It really does allow you and give you the freedom to expand further into different sub niches and also into different types of books. So you can, for example, create a high content book just on growing mushrooms in particular, or you can go and dive in deep to types of mushrooms. For example, we've got medicinal mushrooms, we've got culinary mushrooms, we've got mushrooms that are suitable for different dishes as well. We've got mushrooms based on different areas and different landscapes, so you can dive in deep in that way. So let's break down the results. So keyword growing mushrooms has a total result of 1,224, just the way we like it, under 5,000. We also have the bestseller rank under 400,000, and it's sitting at an average of 301,046. The average reviews is 1,089. Average price is $22.29. Also, we've got a beautiful keyword niche score similar to the previous of number 8 by Amazon Scout Pro Chrome extension, categorizing this beautiful niche as a nice keyword. Diving deep, we're going to avoid the top 3 books because they're all sponsored, and we're going to look at our first selection with a bestseller rank of 13,146. 6, and it is currently selling around 330 copies on a monthly basis, generating around 2,700. Next up, we've got book number 2, 72,000. Book number 3, 64,000. Number 4 is sitting at 34,000 as the bestseller rank. Next up, we've got 13,000, 34,000, 43,000. The ones that I'm saying out loud are all bestseller ranks under 100,000, and they're all not sponsored currently, so there's no current ads running on these beautiful books right over here. So we've come towards the end of our video. If you enjoyed today's content, like and subscribe. I'd love to have you on board. I'll see you in the next one.